regain control of the White House from a ruthless enemy faction, the Hyenas. In order to succeed, you must be aware of your surroundings, using cover tactically and to your advantage. A well-placed grenade or quick use of an armor kit to restore health is a necessity in combat. Once you reclaim the White House, it will serve as your base of operations and unlock other areas to explore. In the Division 2, skill modifications can be equipped to customize your playing style, so be sure to visit the Quartermaster. In the open beta, you have access to 4 of 8 total skills available in the game. In the game at launch, these skills can be modded to further upgrade their effects and provide greater variety in your combat playstyle. Perks consist of passive bonuses which can be acquired using Shade Tech. As a pro tip, you can choose the skill perk to give you an additional skill slot. You can also toggle your GPS on in order to track the route to your destination. Now that you have what you need from the base of operations, your next objective is the Theater Settlement. At the Theater Settlement, you will be greeted by the settlement's leadership, Odessa Sawyer. Completing settlement missions provided by Odessa and other residents will unlock further missions. New map locations will be located on your GPS, with the option to fast travel to areas already explored.
In different parts of the game, while you're playing as V or while you're playing as Nero, you can be clearing sections of this map that might affect another character.
Really?
So potentially, oh, white hair, white hair.
Yep, we got it.
We got our nightmare
Here
brewing.
comes Shadow.
So notice how his arms still have
here.
some tattoos on them, but it's definitely a lot more clear than they were before Nightmare was unleashed.
Is this Nightmare?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's him. Yeah.
Whoa. This is a move?
Yeah. So I
This
can.
is your third familiar.
I can keep, attacking with Griffin and Shadow and have them, doing my bidding still, and then, let her rip with Nightmare as well.
This is nuts.
Troubler.
There we go.
And now if you notice in the very background, Tim, if you want to pan over, you can see
Yes.
Nero is fighting over in his side of the story.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that kind of stuff.
Which is really interesting, from what we know is that they're also, that can be data from other characters, or from other players' playthroughs, so it's like ghost data, or sometimes it can be like a live player in that session.
That is awesome.
Which blows my mind.
That is totally mind-blowing. I
Yeah.
love that. It reminds me of like Liu Kang and the Mortal Kombat 2, the Pit 2,
Yes.
standing in the background like that, just like 10 times cooler.
Yes, 100%. Oh, I love that you can take Griffin and ride him out of battle and then zip back in, and so just as stylish as as I like. And I've played a good bit, like you two, of the previous games, and I loved it when they introduced Nero with Devil May Cry 4, and it's just V just feels like he clicks right into the formula. I've already felt like it's a totally different rhythm, softening him up with your familiars and then zipping in to go ahead and finish them off is totally different, but it feels really familiar already.
He has just such a different style. He's got these familiars. He's got these tattoos. He's like this brooding dude. I hear he reads.
He reads books. He's like reading a novel.
And there's
Read the
nothing more
paperback.
badass than that. We know that. We know that there's nothing more badass than being well read. So.
It's a trap! Calling all units! Back me up! Back each other up! Target spotted!
This is what I was born to do.
Grenade! Watch out! Monster!
You are taking damage. Please begin evasive maneuvers. Connected. Rifle. Left hand.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be, okay? I just want to know where Lily took my people.
It doesn't matter. Lily will never give them up.
You don't need to watch this. I want to.
All right, what's the plan?
Our only hope is to distract them while we sneak on board.
I have something I need you to see, so you can understand what you're asking. If you want my help, try and walk with them.
There are three kind of eyes, Clem. There are live people eyes, and there's monsters eyes. And then there are live people eyes right as you kill them. Like you blew a candle out. Here we go. The only way you're gonna save your people is to let us take them.
On this land, I am torn. Part of me wants to fight and repel all outsiders. The other part of me is the outsider. What is it the Templars truly seek?
Order. Purpose. Direction. It's your lot that means to confound with this nonsense talk of freedom.
I know that the people wish to be free, and that men like Washington fight to make it so.
Your meddling in the revolution has caused us no small measure of grief. It cannot continue.
Let me tell you something, Kama. Life is not a fairy tale, and there are no happy endings.
No. Not when men like you are left in charge. The future of our land depends on those who are truly free. In the name of liberty, I will fight the enemy, regardless of their allegiance.
さかこんな島で殺し損ねた海賊と再会できるとはな。ドラゴンの息子を。
お前赤犬。よっ。
落ち着けルフィ。お前の目指す場所はもっと先だろう。
You will explore a beautiful but dangerous open world, where you constantly need to keep a lookout for enemies roaming while trying to find the equipment to survive and fight. The machines come in many types, sizes, and variations, constantly challenging you in new ways using different weapons and sensory equipment. Wear them down and disable their systems by pinpointing and taking out armor parts and components. Seize the upper hand by utilizing stealth, group tactics, or special equipment to distract or confuse the enemies. Use these in combination with objects in your surroundings to create traps and ambushes, and turn a difficult fight into a winnable one. Should things go south, fleeing is a valid tactic. Since the machines are persistently simulated in the world, they will continue roaming if not killed. Whether you locate them minutes, hours, or days later, they will still bear the scars of your last encounter, waiting to finish the job. As you play Generation Zero, you will scour the open world for different weapons and upgrade your favorites with attachments like scopes and silencers. Take down powerful machines without damaging their parts, then scavenge those same components and use them to augment your weapons with high-tech enhancements. This will come in handy when fighting in different conditions. The dynamic day-night cycle and weather systems will not only impact your senses, but also the enemies, making for constantly evolving battles. You are free to explore the world at any pace and direction. And if you look closely, the world will tell the story of what has happened. The pieces of the puzzle are there for you to discover and figure out. Just remember that some answers come harder than others.
Of our game. This piece of equipment will affect your experience as much as your weapon or your armor. Will you pick a large backpack so you can stock up more on your travel, such as a large fur tent, plenty of food, and a cooking pot to be more comfortable? Or will you travel light with only a simple bedroll and find the food and water you need along the way? Backpacks are cumbersome, reducing your movement speed and even preventing you from dodging effectively. So unless you have a very small backpack, you don't want to be caught off guard by creatures. Should you decide to venture in a cave or a bandit hideout, it might be safer to leave your bag behind until the area is secured, keeping only the essentials with you. Once you've packed up everything you need, Outward offers 4 vast distinct regions. They all contain hidden secrets, unique creatures, and different obstacles. Chersonese is a mountainous region close to the sea. The enemies in this area are a little more forgiving, but comes winter, an adventurer needs to find ways to fight off the cold, especially at night. The Enmarkar forest has a temperate climate, but ghosts, beast golems, and well-armed bandits will keep you on your toes. The poisonous water of the Halon Marsh makes it wise to carry a healthy supply of antidotes with you as you navigate its islands. The Abrasar Desert's intense heat during the day and vicious cold during the night makes it inhospitable for all but the most prepared travelers. Since traveling is its own experience, Outward doesn't navigate those regions for you. There is no magical objective compass. In fact, the map doesn't even tell you where you are. To find your way, you must look at the landmarks and estimate your position yourself. And as you travel, you will come across many dungeons. The outdoors are vast, and you can avoid most encounters if you're careful. But once you set foot in a secret lair or a dark cavern, danger lurks around every corner. Bring your lantern, your sword, and make sure you are well fed and well rested before facing off the worst that the land of Ori has to offer.
Hello, and welcome to The Sinking City, a game of investigation and mystery set in a twisted Lovecraftian version of the 1920s United States. It follows the story of Charles Reed, a great war veteran and private eye from Boston, who is fighting an uphill battle against terrible insanity. While looking for a cure, Reed finds himself in Oakmont, Massachusetts, a city devastated by supernatural flood, monsters, and madness. In pursuit of his goals, Charles will have to face terrors beyond human comprehension and investigate occurrences simply unimaginable in a normal society.
I apologize for my bluntness, but can I ask you a question?
Mouth?
Yeah.
Punishment. Long story.
With The Sinking City, we put the detective experience first. This means zero hand-holding from the game. There are no straightforward tasks and no objectives on the map to follow. We will never tell you how to approach a quest, where you should go, what to look for, who you should accuse.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay.
As you explore crime scenes and find evidence, all information goes into your trusted casebook. Here, you can review and analyze it, if you're in need of a eureka moment. Some evidence is pretty straightforward, lying around the gruesome consequences of someone's misdeeds. Others need a more intricate approach. In Oakmont, the veil between the mundane and supernatural is especially thin. Mr. Reed himself is no stranger to the paranormal. In fact, he has some useful tricks up his sleeve that can reveal the spell-covered traces of morally impaired perpetrators.
I surrender.
The Occupation is a fixed-time investigative thriller. All of what you're about to see is in-game footage. The location is Turing City. The year is 1987. A bomb has been detonated, 23 people are dead, and as a response, the Union Act will restrict people's freedoms and grant power to the people who created it. Welcome to the Bowman Carson facility. We have an interview with Carla Berman, the head of PR for the company at the heart of this controversy. We play as Harvey Miller, an investigative journalist. We're about to confront Carla with the evidence that she's been printing misleading figures about the Union Act.
So I gather you've got some questions you'd like to ask me.
We're asking the question, does your propaganda knowingly obscure the Union Act figures?
If by propaganda you mean the important work I do here, then I'd ask you to be a little bit more respectful of the current political climate, Mr. Miller. We are very thorough with our work here, so I'm sure whatever you think you found will be easily clear.
It looks like we've offended Carla with what we've uncovered. Let's see how we ended up here. We've just received a page from our editor. She wants to talk to us from a public payphone. Every action in the Occupation takes time, and an hour in the real world is an hour in-game.
Hi, my name is Mark. In this video I'm going to explain some of the things you can do in New Life. In New Life, you decide on what type of person you want to be, a normal citizen or a criminal. As a normal citizen, you will find plenty of jobs. For example, you can work as a taxi driver, a small farmer, be a police officer, and many more. And if you're tired of working for other people, you can also create your own business. If you want to be a criminal, you can start working as a drug dealer. by transporting drugs from other people, or go bigger by planting and cooking your own ones and then sell them yourself. And if you have a group of friends, you can join or create a gang, and then control different drug selling points that you will find in some cities. And if you want the money faster, you can rob shops and banks. And finally, with the money you get from all these jobs, you will have the option to spend it by buying clothes, cars, houses, and many more things. We have been working on this project for a few months, and a big part of the functions of the game are already done, but we still have work to do. And if we get the amount of money that we are asking for, we will be able to launch the game on Steam at the beginning of 2019. And with a bit of luck, have the first version of the game in October of this year. Thank you very much for your time, and remember that you can join our Discord or visit our website for more information.
Bye.